You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS with my guest, Mike Ness.
Good afternoon.
How are you,
Good afternoon,
buddy?
everybody.
Thanks for coming in, mate.
My pleasure.
It is afternoon, isn't it? It's 10 minutes
Yes, it is.
after. What have you been up to?
Oh, writing and doing a little bit of touring. And then after the touring this year ends, it's really pretty much locked down to finish the writing and get in the studio and record.
You just find that a habit, like year in, year out, just to write, record, and tour?
Well, we never put out a record every 2 years like you're supposed to, I guess. But always writing, yeah. But it's kind of like you have to stop touring, really. I like to try new material out on the road, but putting pen to paper on the road is very difficult,
Yeah.
So I really need to just stop the touring, and then I can step up the discipline and really just start. It's really just lyrics, I can write music all the time.
Me too.
But the lyrics are,
To write good lyrics.
yeah.
It's easy to write a load of old.
Yeah, you can write,
The cat sat on the mat. But if you,
Exactly.
it's a talent, and I'm the same. It's like a lot of work to write good lyrics, tunes, melodies all day long. But
Yeah.
do you ever write with people? I'm not throwing my services.
No, I've collaborated with my guitar player Johnny.
Yeah.
But not so much lyrics. The lyrics are just such a personal thing for me.
Yeah.
That I don't.
But you can sing other people's. You've done covers.
For sure.
Johnny Cash.
Yes, yeah. Rolling Stones, you name it. Yeah.
So, how long does it take? Some songs come really quick.
Yeah, that's like 1 out of 10. The idea comes, the premise, when you're when you come up with a riff. It's just the tagline, the theme, everything.
Yeah.
But the other that only happens once in a while.
Yeah.
And the rest is like I gotta finish the music. I've got a list of like provocative titles or one-liners or words, and then I just listen to the music and see if it fits with any of these themes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a ton of choruses and a chorus line, and the rest of it just sits on my iPad for like 20 years.
Well, maybe we should just get together just so we can clear that stuff out.
You know what? It would be a bad idea. I've got a mental block now. I'm like, there's something that stops me from going all the way. Like, I put a load of covers on Instagram. I know you're not a big Instagram guy, but I put all these things, and you get all these people, well, why don't you do a solo record? Why don't you do a cover album? And I'm so bloody lazy, and I just can't do it. What is wrong with me, Mike?
Well, musicians aren't the most disciplined people.
Yeah.
I've been home for a month. I've turned my will and life over to the care of Netflix.
Yeah.
I haven't picked up a guitar once. But
you need a breather, though.
Yeah, I need to decompress for sure.
Yeah, because you've written a load of songs. You've been on the road forever. You've never stopped, really, have you?
No, we never really stopped.
How many albums do you have, roughly?
7 or 8,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. What was this band, Easter? Was you in a band called Easter?
That was kind of like, just for like 5 minutes. They asked me to play guitar with him.
Oh, you wasn't?
And I thought that he wrote decent songs. But it was, I don't know if we ever even played a club or not. We just played a couple parties, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a funny name, Easter.
It's the only, I think it may be the only band I was ever in other than Social Distortion. And literally it was 5 minutes.
Yeah. How long's Social Distortion been going?
I started Social Distortion in 1979. I was a junior in high school.
Down south?
Down in Orange County, yeah. Yeah. And we would, we were in school, but we would drive up to Hollywood, on Tuesday, Wednesday nights and go to school the next day or not. And the weekends, all the other kids were going to like high school kegger parties, but we were going to these underground clubs and seeing bands in it.
What was the scene in 79? That's kind of like, we broke up in 78. So what was going on? Was it still going on with Black Flag, Dead Kennedys?
Sure, yes. Yeah. The thing of it is this, it was still quite dangerous.
Yeah, it was heavy, right? There were
was
some
heavy.
lunatics who would follow.
Oh, man, I mean, 99% of the world was telling me that I couldn't do this.
Yeah.
They're all, you listen to that Devo crap, or just,
Was rock still, classic rock was still big in 79 in America,
Yes.
LA? It was still...
It was, and people just were not ready for this change.
Yeah.
Even though, people don't like change, and we were a threat. It was just like, for some reason, the way we looked, the way we carried ourselves, it was a threat to their institution, and they didn't want to see that go.
Yeah.
Even but it's like anything. You look for differences, you're going to see differences. If you look for similarities,
Yeah.
The first wave of punk, the Pistols, was laced with Chuck Berry and
Absolutely, Eddie Cochran.
it was traditional. It was just a little faster, and every generation pushes it to the edge a little more.
Yeah.
You guys pushed it way over, Yeah. Thankfully, yeah.
It's okay, don't clap. No, it's too late. It's gone. Should we play some music? You picked a bunch of these songs. You picked The Clash, Clamp Down, and David Bowie, Hang On To Yourself, which we just heard.
Yeah, well, I didn't know we were going to be doing this. I would have put a Pistol song on
It's
there.
okay. We can still do that.
Because
I have the power.
Yes, you have the power. And, the thing of it is that I've always listened to music that attached to how I was feeling inside. I listened to sad music and growing up. And then, by the time I was 17 and heard the Pistols, it was time for angry music, and because I was angry. And the Sex Pistols sounded like how I felt inside. Clap.
Please.
Yeah.
Okay. Jordan, let's play... okay, I was going to say No Feelings, but does he have the album up? Does he have the album? Okay, so we're going to play No Feelings by the Sex Pistols, and then we're going to go into Tumbling Dice, which is a great,
Perfect.
beautiful Stone song.
Yeah.
You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS with my guest, Mike Ness of Social Distortion. Take it away. You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS with my guest, Mike Ness of Social Distortion.
Yo.
So that was, you picked that one, Elmore James, Madison Blues, and then you had Rolling Stones, Tumbling Dice. So you're really into the whole car pin-up girl kind of, the shows that they have. Is that like your bag? Not pin. Oh, you know what I mean. The
Well,
look.
it used to be. Not as much as it used to be.
Yeah.
I don't have as much time as I used to tinker on the cars and drive them, and
It's a lot
I
of
go to
work.
the swap meets to find parts and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes hard to even do that because there's a lot of fans there now, and they want to talk, and I'm like, I'm looking for a carburetor. I can't talk right now. I'm in a different mode, you know. And so sometimes I'll wear like a baseball cap or something and just try to blend in. But I love the old cars and I love all that. But it's just, I'm kind of selling some and I'm keeping some.
Yeah.
I'm realizing in my life now that less is sometimes better.
Yeah.
You know, I had this thing, you know, I don't know if it came from growing up poor or whatever, but, you know, as soon as I had some money, it's like, you know, I had this thought process, is like if I bought a cool old watch, and it was like, wow, this is so cool. Well, if one feels this cool, then 10 will even feel better. You know, I got like 10 of everything, you know, and it's just, it's excessive, you know.
That personality.
It's just, it's probably a character defect.
I have 10 watches too.
You do?
Yeah, I never wear any of them.
Yeah.
I'm wearing this bleeding one, this iPhone thing.
I got 100 pairs of shoes, and I'm wearing my black work shoes.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. So I'm trying to, you know, lighten my life, if you would, yeah.
I'm trying to get rid of a bunch of stuff in my house.
What do you got?
I'm sure there's
maybe we could do some trading. It wouldn't be lightning, but we could at least be different.
It'd be different stuff that I don't need, I know. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I mean, I like the minimalist concept.
Yeah.
I just can't stop.
No, I like it too. It looks great on black and white, but when it comes time to execute it, I mean, it's like, you know, I mean, I'm not going to end up on a TV show called Hoarders or anything, but I see them and they're emotional, like having to let go. They're letting go of some trash.
Yeah.
You know, I'm letting go of some vintage Rolexes or something.
Right.
But it's still the same thing. It's like, I can't let that go right now. It's really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's like, so, you know.
Does your living room look like a living room? Or is there like
that's because
boxes?
my wife is a...
Okay, so you have a wife.
Yes, I have a wife, and I also have 2 man caves. You know, most men don't even have one.
No.
I have 2. I have one where it's the studio where the band rehearses. So that's filled with, you know, guitars and amps and old gangster movie posters and, you know, kind of entertainment-related stuff.
Yeah.
And then my auto shop, where I keep my cars, is filled with all, you know, car and motorcycle and, you know, memorabilia and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
I got a small place. I mean, it's a nice house, but it's small in comparison, and I just got
too much stuff.
Boxes of crap everywhere, man. I think I do come under the hoarders thing.
Yeah, well, yes.
But some of them hoarders are really out there. I mean, like rat droppings and, you know, just insane, like not healthy. My place is clean. I don't. It's just too much stuff.
Yeah, I don't feel any need to hold on to the rat droppings.
You've
at
seen
this
them
stage,
shows, though.
anyways.
You've seen them shows.
Oh
right?
God, believe me. Yeah, I have. I still watch a lot of television.
Yeah.
Television was a big part of my life growing up.
Yeah.
It was a coping mechanism.
Yeah.
And I think it still is.
I like the Netflix. There's a good show. I was talking about it earlier. It's called Rotten. It's about the food, where food is heading. It's very informative. It's not like, you know, you shouldn't eat this, you know. It's just informative that I think a lot of people should know about the food. Like the fish, they talk about all the fish. We have a lot of restrictions on getting fish in this country. But what has happened, we're buying a lot of our fish from other countries, and it's filthy. You're eating a lot of not good stuff. That's my 2 cents. But, you know, it's very good. You should watch it. I don't get paid to say this. It's just people should open their eyes a bit more with what they put in their mouth.
You are what you eat.
Yes. You're a healthy dude.
I am. I try to be. Yes.
Yeah. I know I've run into you a few times at the vegetarian restaurants.
I try to, well, you know, I mean, my wife she never tried to convert me or anything like that, but she's been a vegetarian for over 30 years.
Yeah.
And she just, when we were getting together, she'd make dinners and I would eat it, and then afterwards I would realize, wow, I didn't even have meat.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty content right now. And so I was a meat and potatoes guy.
Yeah.
For sure. So, I mean, if you brought me a plate that didn't have meat on it, I would say, well, is this an appetizer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the bison.
Yeah, you were saying that. Yeah. Wild bison.
Why is that funny? What's the difference between bison and buffalo? Anyone know that in the audience? No, I figured. I don't know. But it's good. No, I think you know what it is. I think it's exactly. Well done.
Ding, 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 ding.
Well done.
Give the man a prize in the red shirt.
Yes. Give him something. Okay, I forgot we were on the radio. What else is happening? I forgot where I was. I was getting too comfortable. Oh, yeah, you've got some shows. You're playing October 28th at the Surf City Blitz in Huntington Beach. Part of the Frosty and Frank birthday bash. Frosty, Heidi and Frank, excuse me. And then, which is Social Distortion, The Offspring, Rancid, Pennywise, Suicidal Tendencies, Bad Religion, TSOL, Black Rebel Motorcycle, and the Interpreters, am I saying that right? And more. So there you go. Shall we play some more music?
Sure, you got Gen X.
We've got Gen X. This is a story. I want to ask you a question. What do you think of this? Me and Billy Idol, Paul Cook, the drummer from the Pistols, and Tony James, who was the bass player in Generation X. We had this idea, and we were going to call it Generation Sex. So it's two guys from Sex Pistols.
Genius.
And we're going to just do a bunch of Gen X songs, maybe a couple of Pistol songs that wasn't on Nevermind the Bollocks. Do you think that's a good idea?
I think it's a great idea. Who will sing?
Billy Idol.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I think it's genius.
Yeah, I don't want
Yeah.
to sing.
Yeah, yeah.
He's coming here. We're going to start rehearsing on the 28th of October. And
Twen-
see how it goes.
The 28th of October?
22nd of
22nd.
October. To see how it goes. We're going to get in a rehearsal place.
I think it's awesome. I mean, Sex Pistols and Generation X, these are what I grew up with. Yeah.
Do you think it matters that you're like old men now and doing it? 63 Monday I am.
You know.
No, don't give me that now. Jeez.
You know, rebellion, age, it's you know, musicians I think are always going to be, well, infantile.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you a bit infantile?
I am, but I'm
Yeah.
also very fat.
Yeah.
And I don't like the way
Well,
I
you
look.
got some time between
I've
now
got-
and the,
October's,
Yeah.
what's that, month? 2 months. Is that 2 months?
maybe go for a run or something.
I need to. That's
Yeah.
why I got this stupid watch on. It's counting my calories.
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, you know, hey, I want to see it regardless.
Okay.
So I hope I'm invited.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. If it goes well, we'll do a few shows around town. And
Okay.
maybe play the Roxy or something. I
Yeah.
don't know. See how it goes. I can't deal with perspex things around the drum kit though.
What's that?
You know, like like a lot of people now when they get older, they put like plastic around the drum kit.
Yeah.
Like, I can't hang with that.
No, it doesn't look very good. It almost looks like
It's-
they're in an aquarium or something. Hey, why do you put your drummer in an aquarium?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can't deal with that. And do you use ear monitors?
I do, but I don't. I don't like the, the ones that have the microphone like right here.
Oh no,
So you can dance and.
oh no,
Yeah.
like MC Hammer.
Right.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Let's play some music. We're going to play Gen X, coincidentally. Promises, Promises. We're here with Mike Ness, Jonesy's Jukebox, KLOS. You're listening to Jonesy's Jukebox on KLOS with my guy, Mike Ness. That was Social Distortion. I was wrong. Then we had Generation X, Promises, Promises. You like a lot of country, right?
I do.
Who's your guy? Who's your guy?
It's Hank Williams, George Jones.
Yeah.
George Jones, Hank Williams. Their voice, the way they sing with such emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Merle. He's my favorite.
Yeah.
Merle Haggard.
Of course.
Bakersfield guy.
Yes.
Is it weird that he was a country guy and he wasn't from like Texas?
No, I mean they defined California
Yeah.
sound, and for me, that's just so much closer and reachable, and like Buck Owens. I love Buck Owens too. Buck Owens, I feel really kind of brought the rock back to country.
Yeah.
Picked it up a little
Yeah.
bit, and Bakersfield sound is, when I do country, I think of Bakersfield.
Yeah. Kern River.
California.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you what about Waylon Jennings?
Love him.
Yeah. Do you ever see that what's the guy who does the cartoons? Mike Judge. He did these kind of half cartoon, half interviews with country singers
Oh wow! Never saw
on
that.
Amazon Prime. You'd get a kick out of it.
Okay.
It's really funny. Like George Jones is one of them. Waylon Jennings, Paycheck. There's about 5 or 6 of them, but just funny stuff. Half of it is animation, and half of it is like real interviews.
Wow.
It's hilarious. It's hilarious. They were wild bunch, the country guys.
So you only work an hour a day, and then you get to go home like.
No,
what a
no, I do
life.
2 hours. I have to
2
go
hours.
back into my hole after this
Oh,
for
I
an
see.
hour.
Oh, and then you do your thing on the
Well,
air.
just play more music.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's a pretty good gig, man. I mean,
Noon to
maybe someday I could do that.
I'm sure you could.
Yeah,
You should fill in for me.
I'd love to.
I'm going away on the 17th of September.
Where are you going?
I'm going up north.
Vacation?
Yeah. Nice and quiet. Big trees.
Yes.
Ocean. Just nothing. Do nothing. I like it. It's funny. It's only 2 hours, 5 days a week. But I got to tell you, come Friday, my brain is dead.
Well, yeah. I mean, people don't realize that when you use your brain, you get tired.
Yeah. I'm glad I use my brain.
I mean, it's harder than physical labor.
It is. They don't understand
I don't understand.
what I go through.
So misunderstood. I mean, guys complaining about digging ditches, man. I've been using my brain all
Yes. 5 days a week I think a thing. It's just not right.
day. But we're almost done. I'm just getting warmed up, man.
Oh.
Jeez.
Does any,
I think I was driving in a car longer than I was doing the interview.
Oh. It's been good though, I think, this interview, don't you think? Does anyone have a question for Mike? Don't all rush at once.
Wow.
It's okay, just nothing. There's a lady there back there.
Wait a second.
Sorry.
Are you going to do any more solo albums?
I am. I think once I get in studio mode, I'm gonna just like unleash. I mean, I've got like so much material. You know, it's a Social D studio record. I've got a lot of songs for the solo record, so that's kind of like, you know, 7-8 years of writing, all just kind of comes out. So there's no shortage of material for sure.
We have a question here.
All right, so this is not really music related, but I see that you have the Jerome's boxing and you do some training and stuff when you're on tour too. What is it that draws you to the boxing and just?
Well, I realized that by the time I was 29, that my body wasn't going to just take care of itself anymore, and you know, I was skinny my whole life, scrawny, and then by the time I got 29, 30, all of a sudden I had a little bit of a gut, you know, and you know, I just, you know, it took me years to find a sport that I liked. You know, I remember, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago or 12 years ago, I was at one of those like a Gold's Gym. It wasn't Gold's, but it was a weightlifting thing, and I had this Cro-Mag trainer. I mean, he was on so much juice that his jaw was literally starting to protrude like a Neanderthal.
It's turning into a horse.
Yeah, you know, and you know, he kept trying to get me on this on this like growth hormone. I go, bro, if I can't do it, you know, naturally, then you got no business having it. And I remember one day I was on the curling machine doing some weights, and I just looked over at him and I asked him, is my form okay? And homeboy is literally, there's a mirror right there. Homeboy's literally, you know, looking at his ass in the mirror, and I'm done. So, you know, if you want to be in shape, it's like you really have to find something that you love. You know, doing weights, it's not for me. And I like to run, but that requires a little bit more discipline. Boxing is just, for me, it's just something that when I'm done training, I've released all the right drugs in my brain where I feel so good that people cut me off or do this, and I'm not like so like relaxed. It's like, go ahead, bro. You know, but also just to be always learning, you know, moving forward and getting better. So
Nice one.
Keeps my mind sharp and keeps my body in shape. So full body workout. One of the hardest sports, though. I gotta tell you, it is freaking hard.
Do you ever do sparring like in the ring with the things on?
Oh yeah.
And you can go 3 rounds, no problem.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you sometimes have to use your skills in the real situations? Have you had to? A couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't answer that question right now. Yeah.
Obviously, someone knows about it. Who?
I can't comment on that.
We gotta wrap it up.
Yeah.
But thanks for Mike Ness for coming by. Give him a hand.
Thank you.
And Mr. Shovel's got some.
Yes, we have some sponsors to thank. Chef Eric Greenspan's Chino for the incredible lunch. Let's hear it for Eric Greenspan. Golden Road Brewing and Stella Artois for the beverages. And, of course, Subaru for sponsoring the KLOS Subaru live stage. And, of course, Mike Ness of Social Distortion. And you for coming.